Hi, I'm an old guy and I do maths. Today we're looking at what compound interest is. Now, I can save some people who watch this a bit of time. If you've done physics or perhaps chemistry, or you have a nodding acquaintance with other areas of mathematics, compound interest is the exponential growth of money. Nothing more than that. Now, for those of you who don't have that background, here is what compound interest is. Well, it's kind of a line down the page to start with. And we're actually going to start with what it's not. So, it is not simple interest. So, let's take an example. We have $100 and we invest that at 10% for a year. We get $10. We do it again, so we'll call this year one. We do it again, $100, 10%, $10. We do it again, $100, 10%, $10. And at the end of 3 years, we have $30 in interest and we still have our $100. And so our total is $130, of which 30 is interest. This is not compound interest. Compounding is this. In year one, we have $100 and we invest it at 10% and we get $10. No difference. In year two, we add this $10 to our original amount, and you can already see that something different is happening. And 10% of that is $11. We do it again in year three, and I only need to go to year three to show you the difference. 110 plus 11 is 121. And we take 10% of that, and what we get is we get $12.10. Let's add that up. So we have 10 cents. 1 and 2 is 3. And 1, 2, 3. So we have $33.10 worth of interest. So what has been happening is that instead of either holding this money somewhere else or spending it, we're reinvesting it. We are adding it to our initial amount, and we just keep doing that. And what happens is that the amount of interest that we get grows. And so we still have our $100 here, but at the end of this process what we have is $133.10. That is what compounding is. Now, there is a general formula for this in finance, which is this. And I'll just explain these. These terms. I won't go through an example in this. There'll be other examples on the channel. So, A is our eventual amount. So it is what we're going to get after we've been through the process. P is our principal. So in this case, it would be the $100. Little r is our rate. And in this case, so just to remind you, that was $100 and this was 10%. And n is what we call the number of periods. Now, in this case, it was 3 periods of 1 year each. So 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. So if we were going to fill in this formula, what we would do, I'll do it over here, A is equal to P 100 times 1 plus 10 over 100 to the power of 3. Now, we already know the outcome, which is $133.10. The purpose of this video is to do two things. It's to acquaint you with the idea of compound interest and how it works, and to introduce you to this formula. There is a shortened version of this formula. So this was A equals P into 1 plus R over 100 to the power of n. The shortened version is A is equal to P capital R n. Now capital R is just this thing in the bracket here. Now when I am doing this with examples in the playlist, I will go back and explain these two forms of the formula. The other thing that I should say is that in some places, compounding and financial maths is taught not with these formulas, but with recurrence relations. And so I've gone to the trouble of doing examples with recurrence relations. And so those of you who have to deal with those shouldn't feel that they're missing out. So those are the basics of compound interest. I hope that you found this intelligible and interesting, and that it cleared up any questions that you had. Thanks very much for watching. See you next time.